Brutal.
So then that takes us into mindset. And one of the questions I suppose one of us is what made you so good or so effective in the AFL? What do you think turned you into the player that you became?
I think for me, I didn't get drafted out of the under-18s where 90% of players come from. Went to 3 draft camps, missed out, played in the VFL, which is reserve grade for a couple of years, and then got rookie listed to North in 05 and played my first game 06, and I'd sort of come in the back door. I'd worked pretty hard, so that was my mentality then. And I remember in my early days at North, the coach saying to me, I always look to you at training because you're sort of a barometer. And I was like, well, right, if that's my thing, that he thinks that I train really hard, I'm like, that's going to be the ticket for the rest of my career.
Yep.
And I was like, train like you play. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to flick the switch at elite level. It's hard to flip the switch at any level. Yeah. So I was just a manic trainer. Probably too manic at times. Especially at Hawthorn, they'd be like, Josh, you need to calm down. Yeah, you're gonna cut a couple of years off your career. Maybe I did. I played to 33, so I'm happy. But that was my thing, and I just felt train hard, play hard. Yeah. And maybe sometimes forward didn't like that because I was punching hands at training. But that was my thing, and it was just. I just felt like it was a good mindset. I always. Every session, I came to training with a purpose. Like sometimes you can just rock up and just float through. But no, I just had these that was like a little goal and other things. And just, I never wanted to get beaten by forwards even at training. So I was just always on, and that helped me then be on game day. And you still get beaten at times, but not too often.
No, not during your era. Too many times you got beaten. So then even carrying over now when you train, do you still take that same mentality in that, say you're even up on a run around the block, do you want to be the first one back in? And is that how you approach your training now? Or?
Yeah, it's very tough. Carried from playing sport because I'm very competitive. And I was bad at the club. Even little things I'm trying to compete on every facet. Even when I'm in here, there's some guys that are pretty competitive. And we like to say we're not competing, but you can't help it sometimes.
Everyone is.
But no, look, it's good when you've got a group like that because you're all driving one another, and at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we don't care who finishes first, second or third, but you all sit back and you're like, well, maybe that little competitive thing we've got going on here was the fact that we're able to finish that set and push out a few extra reps, so it is beneficial.
Yeah, so obviously group training for you is still a really important factor in your training. Because you need that competitive nature to do you.
And I really enjoy group training. I like to motivate, like to drag others along. So I just feel like you get a lot more out than just always. There's times when I'm by myself as well. But I feel like when you're in that group environment, it's the best form. It just helps you lift your gear. You've always got someone looking over your shoulder, so you can't just. I don't feel like doing this last set. So I think it's a good way to train. Especially if some people are lacking motivation, just put yourself in a group environment and you get dragged along.
And talking about motivation, in 2010 you suffered a pretty bad head injury at North Melbourne.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't remember the years now, but I fell over at home and had bleeding on the bones. I just got out of bed too quickly and. To go to the toilet and fainted and head hit the sink. It was very full on. Like it might have been earlier than 2010 actually. I think it might have been 2008. Who knows? But it was 2008. I was at North Melbourne. But it was weird. Like I was 23 or 24, whatever I was at the time, and I'm saying, you might not play football again. So it was like 4 months, a month to start with, of just like. Weren't allowed to drive. Weren't allowed to get your blood pressure up. Like you couldn't have blood go to your head. So that everything they're like, you need to eat well so you don't get constipated because you can't push. Like we can't have any blood flowing in your head. So it was pretty hectic. It was good to come out the other end and play footy again.
No, exactly. And I was going to say, how did you get mentally? How did you prepare for that? That's pretty scary, right?
Yeah, it was. Looking, I was. My motoring skills and everything, I had to go see a specialist, and she'd be like getting me to do these designs, like follow this block patterns, and I couldn't do them. And she'd be like, right, I want you to name as many words as you can starting with A, and they can't be names. And I'd be like, Amanda. Like she's like, you got motoring skills right now, but preschooler. Wow. So it was full on, but we just set a goal. I'm like, I can beat this. Yeah. And then just smashed through and got through it and got back playing. So I just think they're the things that sort of make you stronger. And like it's not that biggest for me. It's not that big a story. You see people get through a lot of tougher situations and that, but it's just people's mindset. Yeah. And just not accepting that. That's it for me, or this thing's going to control me.
Yeah, and then that leads into, I suppose people in gyms and things where they have minor or they have setbacks, but then approaching that going forward and still getting in there and doing everything you're meant to do, following that process. Because I suppose you could have given up, but you went back in, you trained really hard, and you ended up winning 2 best and fairest and 3 premierships.
Yeah, and like giving up's it's the easy thing, and I think going back to the gym, probably people go in and they like read some magazine or they see some perfect person that's like perfect specimen, so I want to get to that, and then that's like very hard. I don't even get to that, you know what I mean? And then because they're not getting there, they just I'm done. But I think it's about setting your own goals, and for me, coming here and training, it was like, right, I want to get stronger because AFL was such a high running sport, that I didn't, I'd never really done chin-ups, and so I was coming in here and I could hardly do a chin-up, you know what I mean? But you just set goals and tick them off during the way, little wins, and that keeps you motivated, and that's what I've done, and it's worked out okay.
Yeah, I think it's working out pretty well. I haven't seen you train. Just going off a little bit lighter topic, who's your favourite athlete currently, or a couple of them? Who would you think are the top athletes going around at the moment?
I really enjoy Roger Federer, tennis. Like, obviously, technically he's sound, but just, like you look at his approach this year, he's being smart, he's pulling out of tournaments. Yeah, of course he wants to play and everything, but he's also saving his body longevity and understanding your body, which I respect, because I wasn't the greatest at it at times. I just wanted to do everything. Who else am I really enjoying? I've been watching a lot of Scotty James, the snowboarder. Yeah. So I'm loving his videos that he's been posting about him training at Institute of Sport in Victoria. His ability to see like some of the trampoline and core work, and I appreciate stuff like that. Goodness, lose up. I enjoy watching a guy jump over a hurdle and land on one foot. No, but look, who else? I'm a big NFL lover.
Yep. Okay.
So I've been watching Adele, Beckham's pre-season. He's a phenomenal. With his training camp he's been doing at home. Just watching catch. But I just like watching. I'm pretty crazy, mate.
Yeah, it's a bit of everything.
I don't discriminate.
Yeah. And finally, are there any plans to bring back the afro?
Mate, the afro is never coming back. That was you make mistakes in careers. That was one of them. It was funny. I used to we'd always have like swimming recovery. Yeah. And I just say I had an earache, so I never had to put my head under because it would go like a drowned rat. Yeah. So look, that was we used to have a game as well called Kanga Lotto, and everyone would put in money, and we had the the winding thing, and the balls come out. And the winner would take home money, and there was always a head-shaped ball in there. And I swear to God, whoever never wanted to get their head shaved would come out. You would have thought it was rigged, and then one day, the head-shaved ball, I came out, they shaved my head, that was it.
Yeah, and that's where the career took off, correct?
Took off.
Started getting a little bit of speed under the legs.
Yeah, it was aerodynamic. I was doing recovery in the water properly.
So, thanks Josh Gibson, mate, for coming in today. And for any other videos, tune in to BeFit or BeFit Training on YouTube.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thank you.